Coming from the Caveman Studios in Buffalo, New York. Welcome to Caveman Corner with your host, Jeff.
Captain Caveman!
Thanks.
Click subscribe and the bell. Do it now!
I'm here with the one, the only, Zack Cheek. How are you doing, man?
Yes, sir. I'm doing good, man. How are you?
Great. You're a K4 veteran, dude. You had an awesome fight against, I think he might be the toughest guy in K4 history, and Travis Rivallo. You guys had a good battle. He dropped you in the opening segments of the fight. You came back and you stopped him. What did that win mean to you? And tell me a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, man. So that debut with Travis, that was, I think, a really good fight for me to have under my belt because, you know, coming in, I actually got the fight on 10-day notice, and they're like, "You want to fight like next week?" And I was like, "All right, sure." I'm the type of person where I don't really ask any questions. I'll just go in, I'll fight the person, and then, the fight before mine was the one where he was stuck in that Kimura for like what, like 2 minutes or something. So I'm
Yeah.
just like, in my head, I'm like mentally preparing. I'm like, yeah, this fight's probably gonna be a war. Like I gotta prepare. I gotta mentally prepare for like 3 rounds of just like, because I'm like, if this dude's not tapping into that, like it's probably gonna be hard to get him out of there. So, um,
Yeah.
I mean, props to him. Yeah, he hit me with a good shot. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I just feel like that shot, like, props to him. It's like it's been overtaking the fight. That's what anybody, when they mention that fight, is what they talk about. Um, but I mean, I take nothing away from him at the end of the day. So I hope to see him back in there, keep going. Oh, he has had another tough fight. So no, I hope he does well too. I have a lot of respect for him. But
Yeah, I just want to apologize for being like rooting for him. Like, I mean, I don't know you. I've watched him fight
yeah,
over and over
yeah,
again. Dude, I want him to win so bad. Like, I like just watch his heart, dude. I want him to win. And like, I don't, I no bad blood between you. I didn't even really know you. I know that you fight at
yeah.
Keith's brother gym, so I want you to win too, obviously. But man, Travis really needs to win. He was scheduled. He had a lot easier fight, and he ended up with you, dude. So that sucked for him too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, and I understand that, man, completely. I ain't take nothing personal. I'm like, okay, they're gonna be cheering for the Buffalo guys or New York guys in general up there anyway. So it's like I ain't take nothing away from that. Yeah, man. I hope he does well. He's been getting tough fight after tough fight, and it's like, his record might show like he's 0-5 or whatever he is now, but it's just like, you can't really take nothing away from that when he really hasn't, like, I don't know how to explain. Like he's only had tough fights, so it's like we gonna judge him off that. Like I know, I'm not. Some people talking crazy about him. You know who I'm talking about? Like saying like,
Yeah.
oh, you get dropped by Travis. Like what does that make you? It's like, why don't you go fight him then? We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I would love to see Travis fight Skylar in a kickboxing match. 1000%, man. I think that would be great. I think Skylar would be able to take him down. Skylar's got a bit of wrestling and probably just stall on the top. Like, I'm not sure Skylar can submit Travis, dude. That dude is like, there's something special about him, man. Like his heart is just that you were able to stop him, like says a lot about you, dude. Like that Kimura that he was in was so terrible. Like I can't believe the referee didn't stop. If I was a ref, I'd be like, man, I'm stopping this. It looked terrible. And he's just like, yeah, whatever, giving a thumbs up. And you went in there and you beat him, dude. I really respect that. I do have to ask you about that shot. How much did it stun you? And obviously you know there's no ground and pound, so you don't have to worry about follow up. Do you think that would have been different if there was ground and pound?
All right, yeah, no, okay. Here's my thing about the whole situation. So I mean, it was a good shot. Uh, he got me, but there was not one moment. This is just me being completely honest, where I felt like I was dazed or confused or out of the fight. Like when I hit the ground, I feel like I watched it back, and honestly, it's like he had a lot of forward pressure while he was hitting me. So I think it was a mixture of like it was a good shot. I'm not taking anything away from it, but I also feel like I was a little bit off balance. You see, like when I hit the ground, I immediately like tie up with him, and I mean, in my personal opinion, humbly, I feel like ground and pound would have been a way bigger advantage for me in that fight because I took him down 3 times. You know, not much resistance with that. I had his back for about 2.5 minutes. So I feel like I could have got the fight. I could have got him out there a lot quicker if I had ground and pound personally. I didn't really get the feeling, he wanted to be on the ground with me, which makes sense because he was having good success on the feet. So that was smart game plan from him. I'm not taking anything away from that. I just feel like the ground and pound thing, that would have been better for me. Like when I got from the shot, I wasn't like on shaky legs or I wasn't like out of there. I went right back into fighting. So that's just my take on the whole thing.
Yeah, so I didn't think that you were like out. Like I didn't think you get finished because of that. But here's the thing I'm talking about because like either like you fell or you got knocked down in that position and he's on top, but he doesn't really have jujitsu skill. You know what I mean? So he has no way to take advantage of that spot. So no offense to Travis, like I know like I'm sure he trains jujitsu, but like obviously you're better on the floor than him. So like he had no way to equalize it and even like bring the feet fight back up to the feet, you know. So when he's with you, maybe he gets a couple strikes and he stands up and it gets back to the feet instead of like ending up into a grappling exchange. That's all I was thinking. I wasn't thinking like he just comes down and finishes you. I'm just thinking like it's a tool in his weapon to get up there, maybe take
Yeah.
advantage of that hurt.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, at the end of the day, I just think the ground and pound rules would have worked better for me in that fight. I think
Yeah.
I would have been even in the first round when I was getting him down. I could have been working some shots in there too. So
No,
I mean,
I totally understand about the rest of the fight. I just mean that like that snippet of the fight.
yeah, yeah,
Um, So I love Travis to death, but obviously he needs to work on the ground aspect of the game, and like obviously every well-rounded fighter is going to beat him until his jujitsu is equal to his toughness, and like that it doesn't matter how tough you are. His stand-up is good. Like I honestly thought he should fight sticks kickboxing. I'd love to see him fight Skyler and beat Skyler up. Speaking of Skyler, that's the man you're scheduled to fight, and what do you know about him?
yes, sir. I mean, I do my research on all my opponents, of course. So I went back on YouTube. I watched all of his fights, and I mean, I just know he's from Indiana, I believe. Not sure where exactly. He has a small gym out there he trains at, and I mean, from his fights, the one thing I will give him is that, he seems game. He goes in there and he tries to throw hard shots. He tries to take his opponent out, but I think technically there's still a lot of things he can improve on from what I'm seeing. But I mean, the thing about fighting is we're all getting better, right? So the last time he fought MMA was what, like October of last year. So I'm assuming within that time period he's been training and he's been getting better. That's all I can think of. So I'm going in there and I'm expecting the best version of him for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I seen he's fought since then. I know he withdrew from that fight due to injury, but it looked like he was not having much success escaping the ground anyways. I don't think whether he was injured or not that really had any bearing on the end of the fight. I mean, Josh was reeled up, he was ready to strike. What do you think about his ground game? Do you think you're gonna be able to handle everything he's got?
And I'm just being completely honest. I see a lot of holes. Like he does a lot of things incorrectly on the ground, like in jujitsu terms. Like a lot of when he's in a certain positions, he does a lot of things you're not supposed to do that I can capitalize on. So I hope he fixes it. I hope you know from what I'm seeing, it doesn't end quickly like that because at the end of the day, I'm still an amateur. This is going to be my second fight. Like the more mat time, the better. The more experience I can get, the better. But yeah, no, I definitely seen a lot of holes in his jujitsu game. And yeah, speaking about that fight where he had with Josh, that was just weird. I watched that replay like 5, 6 times. I don't know how he hurt his knee on that. Like,
Yeah,
uh, I
Ace
don't. Yeah,
camp in the building.
he took a fight 2 months later too. I think he took like a kickboxing fight like 2 months later too. So I mean, the injury must not have been that crazy. That was just a weird fight.
Yeah.
I think personally, that they were talking a lot of stuff back and forth from what I saw, and I don't know, man. I think Josh is just the way better fighter, and I think he realized when he was on the ground that it wasn't going to go his way. But
Yeah.
I'm not. If injuries happen, maybe it's something I couldn't see, but that was just a weird fight from the looks of it.
Yeah, like so that whole grappling exchange happened. He said he was going to stand on the feet. He went right for the takedown, or him and Josh both grappled. Josh ended up on top. He was in mounted position. As soon as Josh cleared his hands to strike, that's when Skylar tapped. Like to me, like whether you're injured or not, like you can like try and get out of there, talk all that shit. Like it's tough
That's
to
what I'm
tap right
saying.
when
Yeah,
the arms go free, you know.
that's what I'm saying. But uh, uh,
So
uh,
if I was Skylar, this fight now would be like so important to me. Like there's no way I would come in and shortchange him. So you talk all that shit and you lost. Now you got to come back and you got to like save face. So hopefully he is the very best Skylar in the theory, and then you guys can have one of the best fights in K4 history.
yeah,
I,
no, that's what I'm hoping, man. Is like, the thing is, he's talking crazy to me too right now, and I haven't even said anything to him. So it's just like, I see everything, but I'm just in my lane right now. I'm just focusing on my game. I'm trying to be the best version I could be when I get in there. I'm not really into the back and forth, internet talk right now, especially because we're amateurs. Like, I mean, I guess it'd be good for the K4 promotion, but I mean, who else are we really hyping up this fight? I feel like it's
we
yeah.
got pay per views to sell.
I
We got to
got
hype
you.
it up though. I
Yeah.
got to sell tickets. The
Uh,
765 got to sell pay per views and
I
tickets.
feel you. I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. But my point is just like, he's talking reckless again. And it's like, at the end of the day, he's the one that's going to have to go out there and face the music and try to back that up again. You know what I'm saying? The pressure's on him. What he's saying crazy stuff like he's going to take me down the first 30 seconds. He's going to submit me in the first round. And then he goes on your podcast and he said it's not even going to hit the ground. That it's just going to be, we're just going to stand up the whole time and he's going to knock me down because I have no chin. So it's just like, I really don't even think he believes in the stuff that he's saying himself. Like, I feel like he's just trying to be like, I don't know, like a bootleg Conor McGregor in the amateur game right now. That's how I feel about it. But making all these predictions that you can't keep. But I mean, we'll see how it goes.
The thing is like that's gonna make you popular because everyone's gonna want to watch you beat them up. So that's
100%.
awesome for you. Like you can go from beating up a fan favorite to beating up the guy everyone hates. So
Yeah.
that's you're gonna be like that guy. Like man, this guy beats up the good guys and the bad guys. That's a pretty good moniker to have.
Let's go. Hey, I'll take it. And I'll keep coming down there too, man. I mean, I really enjoyed the promotion. I really enjoyed Buffalo itself in the city, like everything you guys did. Like you guys showed mad love to us and my team when we came down there. My boy David gonna get that Muay Thai title this fight, So
Yeah. You
yeah, I
got
love
knocked
it
out of
over
the night
there, man.
last time. Did you see that? Like you got $100
Yeah,
from his
yeah,
podcast.
yeah. Nah, that's a
So
scary dude, man. He deserves it. He deserves all of that. So
that was a
I'm
scary knockout too. That man went dead. That was nuts. Mason Lewis wants to know what weight are you and Skylar fighting at?
It's at 155 too, and I know this dude usually fights at 45, right? I'm like a legit 55 pounder, so that's another thing that it's interesting about this fight too. Like, why is he going up in weight? Did he put on some size? I don't know.
So to be fair, he hasn't really made 45. He keeps coming overweight, so they might have told him to go up to 55 because he can't
Okay,
make 45. Like he's been coming in overweight, so like maybe they want him to go up because he can't make 45, even though he's fighting 45. So um,
nah, that makes sense.
yeah,
Hey, but at the end of the day, like I have nothing personal against Skylar. I'm saying I understand what he's doing for entertainment. Like it is what it is. There's no hard feelings. As long as he comes in, he makes weight and he just shows up ready to fight, he has all the respect from me. So that's all that
yeah,
matters to me.
I like those guys because they bring a lot of entertainment for me and for Ray and for the K4 crew. They bring a lot of headaches, but they bring a lot of attention, a lot of eyes, and they sell pay-per-views, and everyone from Richmond watches them because they talk a bunch of shit. And I think more people watch them get beat up than actually root for them to win. But that's what sells tickets. That's what moves the needle for fights. And
Oh yeah.
it's pretty cool to fight a guy like that, especially when they're not ultimately skilled. It's like one thing when you go in there and you fight someone that's super dangerous that talks a lot of shit like Conor McGregor. But it's another one where you go in there and you feel even or even like you're the advantage fighter, like and they talk all this shit and you can be like, oh yeah, talk now, like Habib style.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. Nah, and that's definitely what I'm looking to get in there to do. But I mean, you can't underestimate nobody at the end of the day. I mean, he throws crazy shots, and you know what I'm saying? I gotta look better than what I did against Travis. At the end of the day, that performance, that wasn't my best self. I go back and I watch that fight, I give myself like a 4 out of 10. I'm really looking forward to showing K4 and all you guys like a new and improved version of myself overall. So, uh, yeah, I can't wait for this fight, man.
So I watch a lot of fights, from amateurs all the way to the pros, and I commentated a lot of fights. I fought my first time in 1995, and a guy's first fight is really not very representative of their ability, except for like complete psychos that
Right. Yeah.
like they have no fear of anything because they're not right, or they're like they've been in the sport for so long doing other sports. The first time you fight is just it's something different, man. And like it's really easy to get lost in the lights in like the first 20, 30 seconds where like, oh man, I'm really doing this. And then like I thought you got better as the fight went on. I thought your skill came out more and more. And I'm really I really think there's you probably left a lot in on the floor that didn't that you know that we didn't see. Just from like sometimes like can you explain what it's like to someone that hasn't fought the first time you step in that cage and they say, all right, fight.
Yeah. No, it's crazy. It was like a I almost say, like, the way I try to describe it to some of my teammates who haven't gotten there yet, it almost felt like an out of body experience. Like, I remember when I first stepped to the ring, it's like, cause you see the camera crew and it's like they're zooming in on the announcer right now, and it's like, I don't know, the ref is like over here trying to like re-explain like the rules and shit to me, but I'm just like not even focused on that. Like I saw like a felt like I saw like an out of use lens. Like I was watching it on TV as I heard the announcer like introduce us and stuff. It was surreal, honestly. Like especially because y'all have a really good like venue over there in Buffalo. Like there's a lot of people there making a lot of noise, and yeah, it was crazy, man. Like that was definitely one experience. Like I feel like that sticks with you forever. Your first fight. I don't know if you could speak on that, but
Yeah, I'll never forget my first fight either. Like I remember like every part of it, walking out, walking in, like, wow, what's going on? There's so many people here. Like this is great. No, not this many people watch it. I mean, I wrestled in regionals, nationals, and I'm like, there wasn't that many people there. I fought at a Memorial Auditorium where they play hockey, for my first fight. So it was like crazy. It was like packed. So it was a little bit different. But like still, that was there's like Riverworks is pretty amazing. There's the people up on top too. So it just feels like there's so many people in there. It feels like there's
yeah,
even more
yeah,
people than there is. It's such a cool venue, man. And outside's even better. If we hopefully we can get you back in the summertime and have you fight outside. Outside on a hockey rink with the backdrop of the city. Oh my God, it's like the coolest venue of all time. It's I will never. I've called so many fights there that like even still every time you start and you look, it's like, damn, I can't believe we're actually doing this.
oh yeah, 100%. I would love to be back then for sure.
So you come in from North Carolina. You fight out of Heist and Gym. How does all this happen? How did you get hooked up with K4? I kind of know the answer, but why don't you
Yeah,
tell the fans a
yeah.
little bit?
Yeah, yeah. So of course, my head coach, Kevin Ferrand, brother with K4 promoter, Keith Ferrand, and it's like it's crazy because he has made the trip up to Buffalo before with his guys, but it's before the last time we went. I feel like it's been like a couple years, like so it's been a while since we were up there as a team, but yeah, we went up there back in March. We brought a couple guys, and this time, I'm not sure how many guys we have in now because uh, my one of my teammates, in Isaiah, also who was supposed to fight a 764, whatever their gym is.
765 guy, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, he pulled
That
out.
that
So
Uterbank guy.
yeah, he pulled out. So now one of my teammates don't have a fight. So I think now we're bringing only four up, but we were supposed to have five people. We are supposed to have a big team going up there. So I mean, my coach, he also loves the promotion. He loves the quality that and the stuff that we experience up there. So I feel like, since he does have the relationship with his brother being the promoter, like we're gonna be coming up there a lot as a team throughout the year. So I mean, I had great like my first experience was awesome. So anytime he has a fight for me up there, I'm probably gonna be coming too.
I love that too, man. I know you guys came up. You came up for King of the Cage or LFA. I'm not sure which one it was. I forgot what year it was, but you brought up Brian Battle. So you guys have been coming up to Buffalo for a very long time, not just for K4. And a team that travels that far to fight, everyone on that team is serious. They're not coming to lose. I mean, that's a long ass drive.
Mhm.
Like no one's gonna do that, and then just I'm not. I'm gonna quit. Like every one of you guys always gonna come out and try and win.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. And like we've been dialed in for this fight camp too, just because I feel like most of us found out about our like that we were on the card maybe like farther out than usual, like 5 weeks out. So yeah, we all just been dialed in as a team, putting in the work, and yeah, man, I expect great results from all of us. It's gonna be a fun show, that's for sure.
Do you think you have a gym advantage over Skylar? I mean, Skylar trains. It looks like he just trains with a bunch of guys that beat each other up. Man, I watch it over and over again, and that can give you a certain amount of toughness, but I'm not sure how well that translates to skill acquisition. And
Yeah,
you train under a gym that's produced UFC fighters, so can you explain the difference a little bit to people that don't fight?
yeah, no disrespect to Scholar Gym or anything like that, but I do feel like my gym is, I mean, is gonna speak for itself. Like, Kevin is, a brown belt under Gokor Chivichian. Probably going to get his black belt this year, very close to that. We have lots of high level grapplers. I'm rolling with brown belts, purple belts all the time. I mean, even in the MMA world, Kevin was like, 8-5 as a pro. I think he went on like on a 5-0 run, like getting like real like high level fights to start off his career. So like he was really successful down here in this region. And yeah, we have a bunch of guys who are, uh, our fight team now. Like, we all been consistently training together for a couple years now, so we're really just now hitting our stride, and we have a lot of guys come in who are hungry, who want to get on the fight team too. So I mean, I feel like our gym is a legit like gym down here in North Carolina. Not saying that his gym isn't legit. I just whenever I watch like fighters from his gym, I do feel like the technical aspect is lacking. I don't know if they have really any strong, experienced like coaches or mentors to really guide them like we do.
I've like all this time I've been watching them, I can't tell if they're joking with their gym footage or if they're serious. Like, are they? Is that like? Are they joking with it, or is this like they're really doing? And I can't really tell. Like it looks like satire. And I've always thought that maybe it is satire. They're just showing some really bad stuff and they put that up there and like this is us. Like Jacob hit and miss that one time. Like I always think that like it might always be a joke, and but maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's tough to tell. I mean, I think I don't know where are they from in Indiana. They got like a huge
Richmond,
population there.
Indiana. No, it's not really very populated. It's kind of like a
Yeah.
rundown part of the town.
I mean, they probably like that's probably like the best they got over there, and it's like they gotta do what they gotta do. They like I live in Charlotte, so it's one of the bigger cities in the United States. That plays a huge
Yeah,
factor on what type of people you can bring in and what type of talent you got over there. So it's like, I
yeah.
mean,
They have a
I don't
solid
know.
heavyweight. He looked really good. He had wins in K4. Uh, like the rest of their team, like I was a little under. I thought Zach was gonna be a really good grappler, and he got like put to sleep real quick. And I don't know, like Skylar's like hit or miss, and none of them are real technical. So I was just wondering if I was I know that you have to think they have a gym advantage, so I just wanted to say some shit about it. That's all.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nah, man, Hyaston, yeah, one of the best gyms in the southeast, in my opinion. So
Yeah. So
nothing but
anyone watching this down by you guys, where are you guys located at? And how do you come try out for your team?
yeah, man. So we're over here, Charlotte, North Carolina, Hyaston MMA, and the way I got into it's crazy because so I got out the Marine Corps in 2021, and I think that was the same season that Brian Battle was on the Ultimate Fighter. So I just got out, I'm over here, about to enter the job force workforce again, trying to, I have to start from scratch basically, when you get out the service. And I've always been an MMA fan. I've been watching MMA since I was like 8th grade. Like I think the first fight I watched was like Rashad Evans head kicking Sean Salmon back in the day. That's like the one fight that sticks out to me. So I'm over here watching the Ultimate Fighter. And I didn't know if there was any gyms like that in Charlotte. I didn't do much research. But then when I saw that he was fighting out of Charlotte and then he trains at Hyaston, I'm like, wow, like that's right by me. Like this could be a reality. Like, what I'm saying, this is something I wanted to do my whole life, never really got the opportunity, and I just ran with it. I showed up and just never looked back, just kept training.
How's your relationship with Kevin? You guys is like he your main coach? Do you get a lot of time with him? I don't know how big the gym is. Like sometimes a big gym you don't even really know like the head coach. But how's your relationship? And I love him to death, man. I got some training with him back in the day when he was still fighting. He used to come up here, train with Keith, and we used to train at Victory and stuff. So definitely had some rounds with him. He's a very tough guy, man, and all the success to his gym. I'm proud that you guys are doing it. But what's your relationship